the first homestand of the season comes to a close today. And in this young season, Giants fans have seen a team that dominates on the mound, hits for power, has a little fun, and of course, never gives up. Stay tuned. Giants baseball is coming up next. Day baseball here at AT&T Park. It'll be the Pirates and the Giants as they wrap up this three-game series. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Well, we saw last night the Giants, a little chink in their armor. The defense collapsed on them in the 8th inning, but this is a team that has played well defensively, and with Jonathan Sanchez on the hill, they'll try to get a series win today.
Well, Bruce Bochy's not really concerned about physical errors of this club. He says those are going to happen, but he is concerned about Jonathan Sanchez pitching in a calm rhythm. His last outing, which was opening day here in San Francisco, a little bit too amped up, and he never really got good command of his fastball. Today, his fastball command is going to be the key to this ball game. All right, Giants trying to take 2 out of 3 and have a 4-2 homestand. When we come back, Amy G is going to visit with Mark DeRosa. She'll do that right after this.
Giants baseball is brought to you by AT&T, a better 3G experience, and by Toyota. Say yes to amazing deals on your favorite Toyotas. See your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota, yes.
San Francisco Giants fans looking forward to a little day game action. The sun is out. It's going to be a great day at AT&T Park as the Giants wrap up the third and final game against the Pittsburgh Pirates and the final game of the homestand before they hit the road. Welcome back to the park. I'm Amy Gutierrez. And for new Giant Mark DeRosa, he's enjoyed his first homestand as a Giant playing left field. He's gotten a lot of cheers. But before that, he got a lot of jeers. But even as a visitor at AT&T Park, he always enjoyed these surroundings.
I don't know if it's the uniforms or just the way that left field bleachers are set up with the glove and the Coke bottle. It feels right, in the water out in right field. I always loved coming to San Francisco to play. I always felt like they had a great team, and it was going to be a tough series, but it was going to be a fun series. I thought that the fans were very involved, and it's just a good town to be in. I just felt like a fun town.
Well, the game will get underway shortly. Starting pitcher Jonathan Sanchez looks to grab his first win of the 2010 season. The Giants look to take 2 out of 3 from these Pittsburgh Pirates. Game time coming up shortly. First, we are going to check in with our Sportsnet Central studios for an update. Stay with us.
Lots of puffy clouds here at the ballpark as the Giants and Pirates will close out this 3-game series with afternoon baseball. Game time weather is brought to you by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. The admission-free boardwalk is open this weekend. Here at the yard, it's 60 degrees. My goodness, hardly any winds at all. Humidity at 63%, and it is partly cloudy. You'll see the sun come out, go back under the clouds. It'll come out for a while, and it'll be a very nice day here in San Francisco. Giants won on Monday 9-3, and then a disappointing loss last night, losing late by a final of 6-5. So it's pretty simple. The Giants will either finish this homestand 4-2 or 3-3.
All right now we're going to take a look at our Toyota keys to the game, and one of the keys is going to be Jonathan Sanchez, and he's got to find that early rhythm. A little out of sorts on opening day, a little overamped. Today it's a regular game, and they're looking for a regular rhythm. That'll be key. And sit fastball with Charlie Morton. He came out in the paper today and said his last start, first 6 guys he faced, he struck out 5 of them on fastballs. Then he started to change things up, threw his off-speed pitches, and got lit. He says, today I'm throwing all fastballs. I'm just saying. And daytime magic. So far this year, the Giants have been outstanding during the day, trying to keep that nice little streak going. I know it's early, but hey, magic is magic. And those are your Toyota keys to the game.
Waiting for the Giants to take the field. It'll be Jonathan Sanchez making his second start of the season. It'll be the second start on the homestand. Remember, he started the Friday game against the Atlanta Braves. And here they come. Let's take a look at the Pirates lineup, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. It'll be Iwimura to lead things off. Last night he had an opposite field home run, and he went 2 for 5. It'll be McCutchen and then Millage. The cleanup hitter is Garrett Jones, followed by Ryan Doman. The former A Bobby Crosby gets a start. Crosby will be hitting in the 6th slot. Then it's LaRoche, Morton, the pitcher, and then Ronnie Cedeno.
Defensively, the Giants are going to set it up this way. DeRosa, Rowand, and Bowker. That's your outfield. Renteria, Sandoval on the left side together. Uribe Huff will be on the right side of the infield. Eli Whiteside gets the catch, and he'll be doing the finger column today. And a gentleman he'll be trying to harness is this man right here, Jonathan Sanchez. You can see his outing against the Braves. It was the opening day at home this year, and he went 4 1/3. There were 9 base runners in 4 1/3, and he was not happy with that. The Giants would win that game, however. For him to be successful, he has to have command of the fastball. It's a swing and miss fastball. It's one of the best swing and miss fastballs in this league. He also has a slurve breaking ball, a changeup that he'll throw at you. But it's important that he establishes knee-high command, and he has to be able to go in and out with that fastball. If he does that, he'll do fine.
It's Wired Wednesday, and let's listen to Aaron Rowan.
You guys gonna make some plays today?
Sure, why not?
I want to see you guys laying out.
All right.
Hey, we should play all day games. We should be the Cubs.
I wouldn't be against it.
Did you see that swing and Willie Mays? Steps in the bucket, goes deep.
Aaron Rowan, you'll hear him throughout the day as we get ready for the first pitch. Jonathan Sanchez to Iwimura. And we are underway with a called strike. 12:46 first pitch. Iwimura has been a really tough out, and he's been especially dangerous going to the opposite field. Slowly hit. Huff is going to have to hurry, and Sanchez just got there. Nice play.
Yeah, right. It's right out there, no man's land. And the difficulty with the play is the first baseman has to get to the ball, then turn completely around and face his target, and then make a perfect lead throw. And Aubrey Huff throws it right where a pitcher wants to see it, above the belt.
Wow. And
as Sanchez puts his foot down, he puts it in front of the bag and watch him roll the foot over to just barely get in there ahead of Iwimura. Nice play from Huff. Watch the right foot just kind of roll over and touch it. Bang, bang. That could have been called either way, I think.
So that'll bring up Andrew McCutchen. McCutchen hitting at 265. Sanchez with that nice easy motion. Still rushes it up there pretty good. Falls behind, 1 ball and no strikes.
Yeah, he's a long armor. Very deceptive movement. For a hitter hitting against Jonathan Sanchez, you see that lazy arm delivery. You're expecting less fastball than what you actually get. It's kind of a low 3/4 release, long armor, and just kind of lazy delivered in. Boom, that ball jumps out of his hand.
There's a strike called by Fielden Colbreth, the home plate umpire.
Fielden Colbreth, more of a low ball umpire than a high ball umpire, and he will give corners.
Leonard Hertzstein is here today. Here's the pitch to McCutchen, and it's another strike. Yeah, Rowan was suggesting to our ball dudes to do something today. Make something happen. Fall down.
Yeah, get some airtime.
Actually stay on your feet.
There's Len Hertzstein. Boy, got underneath that one badly. Okay, player quiz. That's either who, Kite?
Well,
Could be Lieutenant Dan or Len Hertzstein, our ball dude.
and the walk. Did not break out the wingtips today.
It's great to see Lynn Herstein at a number of functions during the course of the year. The last time we saw him was the Chamber of Commerce luncheon, and he had these shoes on.
Yeah, they're size 22s. Here's Lastings Millage.
He's ready. When Lynn puts those shoes on, he's game ready.
Inside to Millage, hitting .219. Giants got in trouble yesterday with the walk to McCutchen. He ended up scoring 3 times. And he walks here in the first inning. And a shot into left field, a base hit. So a walk and a single, and all of a sudden the Pirates have something going on here in the top of the first inning.
I think when you're out there as a pitcher, you have some vulnerability in that first inning because you're searching for a rhythm. You know, the rhythm you have in the pin is never the same rhythm you have on the middle of the diamond, and you are vulnerable. It's an opportunity there until you find your rhythm for the opposing team to get you. And that's true with most guys.
Jones into center field. Rowan freezes. Now he comes in and he just makes the catch.
Like a knuckleball. And those are the type of line drives that will give a major league outfielder nightmares. He fell off the crack of the bat. It was going to be a routine can of corn, and then all of a sudden it started doing the knuckleball dance. And it just died. And it turns out he has to come in and do a low backhander, a very difficult play. A couple of really difficult plays to get outs here in the first inning.
Here's Ryan Domit.
I like this guy. I think this guy's a good player.
Sanchez, a double look to second. And it's up and in. 1 ball and no strikes. A switch hitting catcher with power.
He does a nice job behind the plate too.
Speed at second, speed at first. And a strike. Uribe is doing a good job trying to hold McCutchen close at second. McCutchen still would get a pretty good jump off of Sanchez. Once Sanchez comes home, he's pretty slow. Just a reminder to McCutchen.
Does that take away from your concentration as an infielder? Is that hard to do?
It is hard because you're always worried about that ball hit to your left. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Is there a trick to doing it right?
You just have to make sure that you're not moving towards second. Foul back, 1 and 2.
It looked to me like Doman was trying to take a shot to right there. There is a big opening on that right side of the infield with Uribe holding the runner on. And you can see that there's a large gap between Huff and Uribe.
And he got him to end the inning. So Sanchez gets the strikeout. Giants are coming up. Pirates nothing, Giants coming up as we head to the bottom of the first. Let's take a look at the Giants starting lineup brought to you by Southwest Airlines. It'll be Rowan, last 6 games, red hot. Then it's Renteria, Sandoval, Aubrey Huff will be the cleanup hitter, Mark DeRosa 5th, Bowker 6th, Juan Uribe in the 7th slot. Catching will be Eli Whiteside. He'll be the 8th hitter. And then, of course, pitching and batting 9th is Jonathan Sanchez.
Defensively for the Pirates today, they're going to have Millage, McCutchen, and Jones. That's your outfield. Cedeno and LaRoche on the left side of the infield. Iwamura Crosby on the right side. Domak doing the catching, and on the hill today for these Pirates will be the 26-year-old right-hander Charlie Morton. In his second year at the big league level out of Johns Island, South Carolina. Big guy, 6'5", 230. You can see a pretty good fastball. He has a curveball slider combination and a changeup. And that was his last outing. He struck out 5 of the first 6 guys he faced, and then it all kind of caved in on him. 8 earned runs allowed, 3 1/3.
So Rowan will lead things off. Last night, 2 for 5. He scored a couple of times. Three hits in the series for Aaron Rowan. And he looks at a strike. Renteria and then Sandoval. Rowan on the ground. Moving over to his left is Cedeno, and he will make the play. This was Rowan making that catch. It really was a difficult play.
Couldn't tell how hard he hit that. I couldn't tell how hard he hit it.
Wired Wednesday with Aaron Rowan, and here's Renteria. Renteria, 2 for 3 lifetime against Morton. Morton's got a good lifetime ERA against the Giants, 1.38. There's a breaking ball, 0-2. So a quick 0-2 to Edgar Renteria. Renteria went 1 for 5 last night. 1 for 9 in this series so far with Pablo Sandoval on deck. Down low, 2-2. 5 and 9 last year for Charlie Morton. 18 starts. Renteria out into right center field. It's McCutchen and Jones, and it's Jones cutting in front of McCutchen. 2 down. And here's Sandoval. Sandoval at 382, a home run, 4 RBIs. 1 for 5 last night, 4 hits in the series. Ended the game with a bullet that was caught by Garrett Jones. 1 ball and no strikes. Down low, 2-0.
Boy, what a perfect day for baseball. I can see why Aaron Rowan would prefer to play daytime baseball here in San Francisco after the last few night games they've had here.
Right now, Morton staying away from Sandoval. It's 3-0.
He doesn't look like he wants any piece of him.
At the knees, 3 balls and 1 strike. Giants are 6-2. They're 3-2 at home. The Pirates are 4-4. They're 2-3 on the road. Sandoval goes around. It's 3-2.
Talked about Sandoval today, and the bat that he uses a 35-inch, 32-ounce bat when he swings from the left side, and a 34.5, 32-ounce bat from the right side. And the 35-32 is one of the biggest bats on the team.
Payoff pitch is hit on the ground to third. And Morton with a 1-2-3 first inning. 0-0. 0-0 is Bobby Crosby chases a high fastball. Crosby, Andy LaRoche, and then the pitcher Charlie Morton here in the second inning. Check swing, 0-2. Because Crosby played for the A's, and the Giants and A's play a lot of interleague games. Crosby's got more at bats against Jonathan Sanchez than anybody else on this Pirates team, and he's 1 for 10 against Sanchez. Lifted into left center field. Rowan is going to move into the gap, and he'll put it away. All right, Amy G's here. Amy?
Well, fellas, we have some new internet content. We have some returning internet content for Giants fans this year. Check it out at csnbayarea.com. You can go to Amy G's Giant exclusive right now. I've interviewed Tim. It's up on the web. And you can check out Dishin' with DeRosa. He's going to give me an interview every home stand. So check it out, csnbayarea.com. Good stuff, guys.
All right, thanks, Amy. Here's Andy LaRoche. Dishin' with DeRosa.
Well, it'll be entertaining.
Yeah, always.
He's very articulate.
Yeah. In tight to LaRoche. Picked up his first RBI last night with a home run. Lines it at Rowan. Rowan freezes, now comes in, and he makes the catch. Nothing routine today for Aaron Rowan.
Well, you heard him say he couldn't tell how hard the first one that Garrett Jones hit out to him in the first inning was going to go, and I think he's having a difficult time gauging that low line drive. But all you have to do is catch it, and that he does.
Here's Charlie Morton, who looks at a strike. Swing and a miss, 0-2. The Pirates have their pitcher hit 8th, much like Tony La Russa does in St. Louis. And a 3-pitch strikeout and a high fastball for a strike. For the Giants, it'll be Aubrey Huff to lead things off.
If you're watching this promo, you're obviously an authentic Bay Area sports fan. So I don't need to tell you how the Giants-Dodgers rivalry is the longest, most bitter feud in pro sports. And I definitely don't need to bring up Steve Finley, Eric Gagne, or 2001.
Giants Baseball is brought to you by Lowe's. Scott's Turf Builder delivers a lush lawn from the roots up. Hurry in to get your free Scott's MLB fan guide, available exclusively at Lowe's. No score here at AT&T Park. Giants 4, 5, and 6 hitters will be facing Charlie Morton. So Aubrey Huff looking out at Morton. He's never faced Morton before. And the first pitch is driven high and deep into right center field. Garrett Jones back. Garrett Jones off of archway number 7. Aubrey Huff on the move. Here he comes. They're going to wave him in. Here's the throw. Not in time.
That's right, Mr. Huff. You hit home runs here, you got to earn them. Oh, my Lord.
And that lights up the dugout. Here's our Dodge Ram drive of the game. Tell me about it.
Well, you talk about personality on the wall. I mean, he hits this thing and he's thinking it's a home run. And when it hits the wall, he's thinking, no, it's not. And then when he sees the carom come off the wall, he's thinking, yes, it is. No hesitation from Tim Flannery. And then inside the Parker for Aubrey Huff. And that's his first home run as a Giant.
Oh, my goodness. Here's Mark DeRosa. 1-0 Giants. Oh.
And he is going to get some mileage out of that. He is one of those guys in the clubhouse that is not afraid to enjoy the company around him.
He needs to stop picking that part of the outfield. He's hit 3 bolts out there.
Well, he's got a home run, a triple, and an out.
DeRosa swings and misses 1-2. That's the first time he's ever done it. Hank Schuros did it last year.
He's sneaky fast.
I tell you what, he's long-legged, so he does eat up some ground with each stride. He did start to leak a little oil around third.
Yeah, he was running backwards around third. But a slide for style points, not even a throw. And his first big league inside the Clark home run. Very entertaining.
DeRosa takes a pitch on the inside corner, 1 out.
Well, you come out to this yard, you will see something every day that you don't normally see. Let's take a look at it. That's kind of a half jog, half run, and now he's, it stayed in the yard. And right now he can't believe it didn't go out of the yard. Now here's where he's a little bit of an oil leak right here. And then the look he gave DeRosa was priceless.
Here's Bowker.
You talk about lighting up a bench. See, the best thing you can be is a good teammate and an entertaining one.
Yep.
And Huff is that. Yep. He'll get some mileage out of that one.
A ball and a strike to Bowker. On deck one, Uribe. You never know what you're going to see when you come out here. And you never know what you're going to see when that ball hits that wall in right field.
Yeah, I mean, it's got its own personality. One of the best parts about this yard.
Bowker to left field. He's got a hit. He's going to take the turn and hold up.
Well, we've been telling you about the 2 bobblehead 6-pack options you have. There's the Pablo Sandoval bobblehead 6-pack. And that features the 24th of April game against the Cardinals. First 20,000 will get a bobblehead, a Pablo bobblehead presented by Chevron Extra Mile. Then there's the Lincecum bobblehead 6-pack. That's a July 17th game against the Mets. Again, the first 20,000 will get a Lincecum bobblehead presented by PG&E. And these bobbleheads will not be given away this year. Go to sfgiants.com and check it out.
Let me in. Come on. Here's Uribe. Breaking ball for a strike. Uribe hitting .345. Couple of hits last night. 1 for 5 on Monday. Pops him back and out of play. It's 0-2.
Had a good pitch to hit. A little bit of a hang time on that breaking ball. He just missed it.
There are a lot of things that'll light up a crowd, but in the top 3 is an inside the park home run.
That was fun.
0-2 to Uribe. Base hit. Sharp ground ball into left field. And here's Eli Whiteside. Eli Whiteside hitting .143. Hasn't had a chance to play a whole lot. This will be his 3rd start. Whiteside is 1 for 7. So Whiteside looking to pick up his first RBI of the season. Jonathan Sanchez is on deck.
Missing with that first pitch breaking ball.
Whiteside, left field. Hit well. This one is way back. Out of here. Not just 1 RBI, but 3 RBIs for Eli Whiteside.
Well, it was really kind of what dogged Morton's last start. He was not able to get his specialty pitches over, and it kind of put him behind the count to where he was predictable with a fastball, and he got hit. And the same thing here. He falls behind 1-0 to Eli Whiteside. He puts himself into a fastball situation. Whiteside zeroes in on a pitch. He's looking middle in, gets it, and puts a charge into it.
Here's Sanchez. Sanchez 0 for 1 this year. Bounces this one off of the glove of Morton. Cedeno will throw it, not in time.
5 hits in the inning. We talked about daytime magic, and when you see your pitcher gets hits like this, you're starting to believe in it. This is Whiteside on the 1-0 fastball challenge that he just zeroes in on and unloads. And so far in this ballgame, that is certainly the big blast. Let's say this one, Eli Whiteside hits him, there are no cheapies.
With that same swing that we saw when he hit that grand slam last year. Leonard Hertzstein was showing his appreciation.
He'll do a little dance after every home run. Problem is he starts dancing and he doesn't know when to sit down. Oh yeah.
I don't want to see that again.
Yeah, he enjoys his ball dude time. All right, grab some pie and meat.
Here's Rowan. Rowan bounced out to short. Double play ball, 6-4-3, and that'll end the inning. Giants put 4 on the board, but the first one came on the Aubrey Huff inside the park home run, and it's bye-bye baby. Well, it's going to start tonight, folks. The Sharks against the Avalanche, and it'll be at 7:30. Pregame live will start at 7. It'll be on Comcast Sportsnet California. Because of that, the A's and Mariners game tonight will be on CSN Plus. So check out the Sharks and the Avalanche, and it's going to happen, folks. It's going to happen. Here's Sanchez to Cedeno. 4-0 Giants. Cedeno, Iwamura, and then McCutchen.
This is one of those innings that's sort of set up for having the pitcher hit 8th. You basically have 2 leadoff men here to start things off in the 3rd. And I think if that's the study that reveals that you have a pitcher lead off the 3rd inning a lot, then maybe it does make sense to hit your pitcher in the 8th spot, because this is clearly an advantage to have 2 leadoff guys hitting in this inning.
Well, if that's the case, then at some point in the first 2 innings, 2 people are going to have to get on. Cedeno chases a pitch in the dirt, and he's retired. He's not going to run, so Whiteside will just eat it, and the umpire calls him out. 3 strikeouts now for Sanchez. Iwamura bounced out to Aubrey Huff. Breaking ball for a strike, and it's 0-1.
That was as good a breaking ball as he could throw. At times, he'll try and throw that breaking ball too hard, and he'll throw through the break. And that one there, nice, easy motion. He's got it going now. This is that previous curveball I was talking about, and look at this thing explode. And when you have a big league hitter, especially a guy that's got a strong front shoulder like Iwamura, when he bails on a pitch like that, you made a good one.
And the 0-2 pitch to Iwamura is up high, 1-2. Sanchez with 1 walk and 3 strikeouts. In the dirt, now it's 2-2. Sanchez has never beaten the Pirates. He hasn't pitched that many times against them, but he is 0-1 lifetime. Out of play. Oh, he takes a hack, doesn't he?
He does. He's been impressive this series. Got a nice opposite field approach. We saw him hit the ball off the wall for off the left field wall for a double. We saw him hit one over the wall last night, and it had some carry on it. Backspin, opposite field power.
Rolls this one to Huff. Huff will go right at Iwamura and tag him out. 2 outs. McCutchen takes down low. He drew a walk in the first. Giants with a 4-run second inning. And Sanchez in the 1-0 pitch. Hit high and deep in the left center field. Can Rowan get there? He is going to get there, and that ends the inning. What a place to pitch.
I love this place.
4-0 Giants.
Well, we think it's the promotion of the year. Friday, April 23rd is Wearable Blanket Night presented by Fanta. The first 20,000 people here are going to receive an all-orange Giants wearable blanket. It's also the first Orange Friday, and it's also the debut of the Giants wearing their new jerseys, their orange jerseys. So check it all out. Go to sfgiants.com.
We're going to do a game in one of those.
We're going to do a lot of games in those. What are you talking about? They're warm.
Have we picked a spot this year to do a game? I want to go back. Renteria the other way, right at Garrett Jones. 1 out.
Yeah, I think the McCovey Loft, that should be an annual game out there.
I think we're back there again this year. I don't remember any of the game we did there, but I don't know we had fun.
Oh, we've had fun in every place we've been. That's the bomb right there.
Yeah. Here's Sandoval. Good curveball. 1 ball, or make it no balls and 1 strike.
Somebody suggested that we go up there where the splash cam is in the 3rd level and do one.
Yeah, that'd be great. How about right around the All-Star break?
Yeah.
Out of play, 0-2. That may be the coldest spot in the yard. Ron's
up there, assuming the responsibility of one of the most prestigious cameras in the park.
In all of baseball.
Yeah, I would say all of baseball. It's our signature camera. It's one you can't mess up.
Sandoval right back to Charlie Morton. Aubrey Huff's coming up, and he hit a home run in the second inning. And if you missed it, this is what it looked like. I'm just going to stay quiet.
First home run as a Giant. Puts it off the wall and caroms away from everybody, and it was even more the second baseman that finally went out and got the ball. His first inside the park home run in his career, and this is his 11th year.
Outside, 1 ball and no strikes. These are the 5 Giants players that have done it here. Actually, overall, not just Giants play. You see Fernando Vina did it. Ichiro did it in 07.
Yeah, in the All-Star game.
Two balls and 1 strike. Aubrey Huff now with 5 runs batted in on the season. Chopped foul. It's 2-2.
Guy hits a home run in his first at bat, and it's an inside the park home run. What's he thinking?
He's thinking, now I want to put one in the seats.
He doesn't want to hit another inside the parker.
Nope.
You're good for like 1 a day?
1 a year. Maybe 1 a career. Three and 2. Aubrey Huff may have to give Darrell Evans a call. Start hooking those balls.
Yeah.
Center field hit well. McCutchen back. And on the track, he makes the catch to end the inning. Through 3 innings, it's 4-0 Giants. 4-0 Giants as we head to the 4th inning. And it'll be Lastings Milledge who will lead it off. Jonathan Sanchez, 3 strikeouts and a walk. He allowed a base hit to Milledge in the first inning. Here he looks at a strike, and it's 0-1. Giants gave Barry Zito an early lead on Monday, and they've done the same thing here this afternoon for Sanchez. And whether it has had an effect on him or not, I don't know. But since that lead, he's been throwing the ball extremely well.
4 runs will definitely relax you.
In the dirt, Milledge is going to take off. Whiteside's going to throw him out. All right, let's check in with Amy G.
Well, gentlemen, it's nearly impossible to find a bad seat here at AT&T Park, but now fans have access to premium seating out in center field. It's the Giants' newest seating experience. It's called Triples Alley. It can accommodate more than 50 people in a private party. You get an on-field pregame reception and a private entrance off the port walk. I don't know, guys. Maybe now it needs to be called Inside the Park Alley, and maybe that's where you guys should broadcast from.
I don't know. It looks like that's where we should maybe grab a bite before the game. Triples Alley.
All right, I'm in.
0-1 pitch to Jones is a strike, 0-2.
You know, they keep tweaking it.
Oh, yeah.
It's getting better.
Yep. Isn't that what Peter McGowan said on Sunday? Ballpark's better now than it was the day it opened.
It was great to see Peter.
He said the palm trees have grown up. He said it's beautiful.
Every time we see him, shake his hand and we just tell him thank you for building us this beautiful ballpark.
in tight, 1-2. I mean, can you imagine? We were excited to go to Candlestick, and then just multiply that coming here.
Yeah, I mean, I never had a problem going to Candlestick. It was the big leagues.
You know, you drive, when you're driving on 101 and you go by Candlestick, I never look at it and think, boy, what a dump. Because there's too many great memories there.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't. Yeah, come on. Some of the best days of my life were in that ballpark. Most fun.
I remember how hard it was sometimes to play the game.
That was our yard. You talk about this ballpark. There's another great addition this year that just happened, and it's the Public House, which is a new sports bar out in the front, right in Willie Mays Plaza here, attached to the ballpark, and there's a Mexican food restaurant attached to it. And boy, they're just fantastic. If you get a chance to come on in, see for yourself, you give it a 2 thumbs up.
I understand there's a flat screen in there.
Or 20 or 40. You're not going to have any problem watching what is going on in the world of sports and the world of baseball at the Public House.
Let me guess, Big John's there.
Oh yeah, ask for Big John. Big John, he's the phantom of the ballpark. He never leaves.
0-2 to 3-2 to Garrett Jones, and Jones rolls it foul.
It's been a good at bat. Jones is putting on a fight.
Leonard not happy with Carlos Garcia for taking some action away from him.
Well, if I'm a ball dude and I'm waiting for a foul ball, I'm yelling at the first base coach too, or third base coach.
Let it go.
All right.
Got him. It was a long battle, but Sanchez wins in the end. And here's Ryan Doumit.
All right, time now for our trivia question, brought to you by AT&T, a better 3G experience. The question today: can you name the only Hall of Famer to play for both Pittsburgh and San Francisco?
Not one that's going to go into the Hall of Fame. Oh, and 1 to Ryan Doumit. Down low as Doumit lays off. Sanchez with 5 strikeouts and a walk.
Perfect 0-2 pitch. You notice as he gets gathered, as he starts to cock his hips, there's a little bit of a pause, and that really was the one thing that Dave Righetti found that enabled him to get good timing as he unloads towards his target. And it increased the power that he got from his legs, and was able for him ability to repeat the stroke, and that was a difference.
And that ends up being a strikeout to strike out the side.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the San Francisco Giants and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of San Francisco Baseball Associates, LP.
Time now to ask and answer our trivia question, brought to you by AT&T, a better 3G experience. Question today is a good one. Can you name the only Hall of Fame player to play for both Pittsburgh and San Francisco? Our survey said, well, the Goose did. 1977 with the Buccos, and 1989 the World Series year for the Giants. In 3 more years, there'll be another guy that joins that list.
Yep. Here's Mark DeRosa. Takes a strike. DeRosa hits it on the ground, and Cedeno goes to his left. Crosby digs it out. 1 out. Giants Baseball is brought to you by Big O Tires. Post your comments about the San Francisco Giants on the Big O Tires sports blog at csnbayarea.com. Here's Bowker. Bowker singled in the second. And he takes a strike. Juan Uribe to follow. Couple of home runs in the second. Giants lead 4-0 as Bowker lays off, and that's what he needs to do on that pitch. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Well, he's had a real good consistency of being able to do that all spring long. Had a lot to do with having a great spring and making this club.
Bowker with that short stroke fouls it out of play. Short but powerful.
Short arm swingers, boy, they're dangerous because they're hard to jam. Nice curveball. That was nasty. Well, Bloomberg Sports, the leader in data analysis, has developed an analytical product being used by baseball clubs, and there's also a product for fans. You can improve your fantasy play or track your favorite players and teams. All you have to do is go to BloombergSports.com for details.
Here's Juan Uribe. He singled and scored in the second. Uribe's off to a good start.
You know, he's fun to watch. I look forward to his at-bats.
I do too. He's 11 for 30. He's hitting .367.
And he'll swing it. There's not much of an 0-2 adjustment in his hack.
Big breaking ball. 2 balls and 1 strike.
You know, he's got a slight little bucket step with his stride. And you think because he strides towards the shortstop, how's he going to get to the outside pitch? But he not only gets there, but he drives it.
It's a little bit like Willie Mays used to.
Yeah, good call.
2-2. And he got him to end the inning. A couple of strikeouts here in the fourth. We'll head to the fifth. 4-0 Giants. Well, find the season's latest gear at the official online shop of the Giants. You can browse the largest online selection of official caps, t-shirts, jerseys, collectibles, and more. Where do you do that? Well, shop for comfort of home 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Get your gear from the official source, the Giants shop. Accept no substitutes. Was it cotton candy?
I think so. Oh, yeah. Just missed.
Bobby Crosby, 2 balls and no strikes. Crosby hit a fly ball to center field. Three and 0.
Now here's where you need to take a little walk, back off, catch your breath, see the pitch in your mind, just kind of get your focus back.
And a 4-pitch walk to Crosby.
Well, Giants baseball is brought to you by the U.S. Census. We're in the home stretch for the 2010 census, and it's not too late. Fill out and mail your census form back to the government today. U.S. Census 2010.
Also, another note.
Yeah.
Get your taxes done.
Oh, I know. You get one more day.
LaRoche on the ground to Sandoval. 5, 4, 3.
Well, you always say you like the ball to get there early so you have time. And as hard as this ball was hit, they had all the time in the world to turn this one. LaRoche hits it right on the money. Uribe with plenty of time sets his feet, And you're talking about two good arms from Sandoval to Uribe. And there's the reaction. And the leadoff 4-pitch walk is all but forgotten.
Charlie Morton struck out in the second. He takes a strike. And another strike, and it's a quick 0-2. And another strike, and it's 7 strikeouts for Sanchez. So the double play makes for a quick inning. Eli Whiteside will hit first.
Last season, it didn't end well.
And the season is over for the San Jose Sharks.
But tonight, redemption begins. There's no way Joe and Petty let Stastny and the Avalanche destroy their postseason dreams. Game 1, tonight at 7 on Comcast Sportsnet California.
Time for Home Depot doing more on defense. And yesterday there was a play. Paul Maholm, the Pirates pitcher, came up with a barrel roll glove flip to first base. Really one of the better plays that we've ever seen, not just here but anywhere. A fantastic effort. And that's our Home Depot doing more on defense. Home Depot, more saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. It's 4-0 here in the bottom half of the 5th inning, and the Giants are on top. And here they come.
Here's Eli Whiteside, who had one of the big hits in the second, a 3-run home run. Morton starts him off with a fastball for a strike.
That's reclaiming territory there. You give up a home run on a fastball, you can't let a hitter take that away from you. This is a 1-0 count. He opened up the at-bat with a curveball. He missed, fell behind 1-0, came in and just threw a T-ball location fastball right over the plate mid-thigh, and that was a 3-run swing. And then Hurstein, the ball dude, was digging it. First home run of the year for Whiteside.
Whiteside breaks his bat, flips on the left, and it's a fair ball. Whiteside double clutches around first and then cruises into second.
I mean, does that hurt a little bit as a player? You hit a home run with the bat, you hit a double, then you break the bat?
No.
Kind of runs it in up off the sweet spot, but Eli Whiteside is a big fella. Fights it out there down the line, gets himself a 2-bagger. Lead things off here for the Giants in the 5th.
No. Take the hit, baby. Here's Jonathan Sanchez.
Should bunt this down the third base line. John Russell, the skipper for the Pirates, called that turnover to second base just to see if Sanchez would drop the bat. I mean, there's no secret he's going to bunt here, but that's what that was designed to do.
Good bunt. Sanchez out at first, the third Whiteside.
We're making our forward right choice. This spring, the Giants made a conscious effort to really work on their bunting, and so far this early season, it has been absolutely perfect. They have not botched an attempt, and it's just been, not only have they gotten it done, but they've done it to the right side of the field, and there really hasn't been any chance to get the lead back because the bunts have been so good. This is perfect. It should go down the third base line. He deadens it right there on the end of the bat, and the only play that LaRoche has is to get the out at first, and that's our forward right choice.
Pirates will draw the infield in with Aaron Rowan at the plate. Whiteside at third, and Rowan takes a pitch in tight. Giants with 4 runs on 6 hits. They got 5 of those hits in the second inning. Rowan, it's a high drive to left. Back is Millage. Out of here.
Oh, he hit that like he was looking breaking ball.
For Rowan, his first of the year. And here's Edgar Renteria. 6-0 Giants. And Renteria doesn't waste any time as he takes a mighty swing.
Little breaking ball that just got some big time hang time. Not fooled at all. Good power in the back leg through that swing. Back spins it right out of here.
All the Giants' runs tonight have come by way of the home run. Look out. As Renteria jumps back. Sandoval to follow, 1 out here in the 5th inning. Off the end of the bat as it's rolled out to Iwamura, and he throws out Renteria. 2 outs. And here's Sandoval.
Aaron Rowan's first homer of the year. And he hits him. He just makes it look easy. Short, compact swing.
Pablo Sandoval hitless in 2 trips, a couple of ground balls. Swing and a miss. Sandoval steps out. Milwaukee playing at Wrigley Field against the Cubs. They are leading Chicago 6-3. That game is in the 8th inning. Pitch is in the dirt.
Catchers love those.
And 4 finals already in the American League. Slowly hit. Bobby Crosby flips it to Morton. Side retired. Aaron Rowan, home run number 1. A 2-run shot into the bleachers and left. It's bye-bye baby. 6-0 Giants.
(6-0) Giants. We're heading to the top of the 6th inning, and Ronnie Cedeno, the shortstop for the Pirates, going to lead things off against Jonathan Sanchez. Takes a quick strike. Cedeno 0 for 1, a strikeout victim back in the 3rd inning. 1 of 7 strikeout victims against Sanchez. And there's a smash right down the line past Sandoval and into the corner. That's going to be extra bases. So a leadoff double, and right away Sanchez is in a stretch. A reminder, People All-Stars are among us, and Major League Baseball and People Magazine are looking for individuals who make a difference in their community. 30 everyday All-Stars will be honored at the 2010 All-Star Game in Anaheim. To nominate one, all you have to do is go to peopleallstars.com. The nominating deadline is May 14th.
Only the 2nd hit for the Pirates. Milic owns the other hit, and now it's the top of the order. It's Iwamura, and he swings and misses. No balls and 1 strike. Couple of ground balls to Aubrey Huff from Iwamura. At the knees, 0-2.
Just an easy 91, the 2nd stage hop. Ball's been jumping all game. And you say, well, 90-91, that doesn't necessarily impress you, but the late movement does.
And they say he went around. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I think he got a break there. Iwamura not happy about it, nor is John Russell, the skipper. All right, you be the judge. Did he go? I don't think so. It's close.
Ed Hickox is the umpire that made the call. Here's Andrew McCutcheon. McCutcheon hit a ball pretty well out to center field that Rowan tracked down. He's 0 for 1. He's a future star, folks. Andrew McCutcheon. Good pitch from Sanchez. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Well, prior to McCutcheon, they had Nate McLeod play center field for Pittsburgh, and he made an all-star team as a Pirate, and we thought he was a pretty good player. He got traded to Atlanta, and we're thinking, why would they trade this guy? And then we saw McCutcheon play in last year's series in Pittsburgh, and we understood.
Sandoval on the backhand. 2 outs. Nice play.
The Panda quickly to his backhand, sets his feet on a hop, and squares his feet to his target.
Those could be tough day games. A lot of white shirts in the background. Here's Lastings Millich. It's always a little bit easier to play defensively night games than day games. Down low, 1 ball and no strikes.
How come? Just because of the lights in the sun?
You get a glare, you get white t-shirts, you get a lot of distractions when the sun is out. 1 ball and no strikes to Millich. A single and a strikeout, and the pitch, swinging a bouncing ball, and it hit Sanchez right on the behind. And Millich is aboard. If there's any consolation, he saved a run.
Now, one good thing about falling off the mound and just having your body face the foul line is you're kind of protected. Guys that are square and they're both feet, when they release the ball, they plant and face the hitter. They're not always that lucky. But taking a bruise on a cheek, no problem. Plus, it serves as a target for a towel fight the rest of the month.
Yep.
Nice bruise.
Garrett Jones is lined out to center, and he struck out in a long at bat in the 4th inning. We are in the 6th. Runners at the corners. Jones takes one up and in, 1-0.
Now, Jones' last at bat, a strikeout, was about a 10-pitch at bat, and it was really a good battle.
Same spot, 2 balls and no strikes. You gotta be careful here. One thing you got to do with a 6-run lead is keep this guy in the ballpark.
Bobby Crosby checking things out from the Pirates dugout.
If he gets a good pitch here, he's going to try to crank one.
Yes, he is.
2 balls and 1 strike. Look out. 3-1.
This is the dangerous pitch right here. Because he knows he has a 6-run lead, and he knows he has to challenge. He does not want to walk Jones and set the whole thing up for a bases loaded situation for Doman, who also has power.
Three and 2. Good pitch.
Knee high inside corner. Guy takes a pitch like that, 3-1 middle in. He's telling you one thing. He'd look at middle away. Remember that. Could go right back in there, middle in again.
No swing and the bases are loaded. Dave Righetti is going to come out of the dugout.
Well, a reminder that the Stanley Cup playoffs for the San Jose Sharks starts tonight. Game 1, taking on the Avalanche. Tonight at 7:30, pregame live at 7 o'clock. You'll see it on Comcast Sportsnet California. And Friday, there'll be another game in San Jose at 7 p.m. pregame. And then it's on to Colorado on Sunday. So we wish them all the best. And all of us in the Giants organization, I'd like to tell the Sharks that we're rooting for you. Guy's got his colors on.
Here's Ryan Doumit. Doumit takes high. Guillermo Mota heads down to the Giants bullpen. High and deep into right center field, but Rowan will drift back, and that'll end the inning. Pirates strand 3. It'll be Aubrey Huff to lead things off.
Welcome back to the Coors Light 6th inning. Now it's time for the Coors Light Freeze Cam, and today it's been all Jonathan Sanchez. And watch how he gets loaded and cocks those hips, and you can see the balance on his back leg, stride towards the target, a low 3/4 release. And here's the result for today. He has struck out 8 Pirates, and he has been fantastic. It's been the breaking ball, the fastball, and the changeup. And that's our Coors Light Freeze Cam, brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
Six nothing San Francisco. Bottom of the 6th, and Aubrey Huff will bat first. It'll be Huff, DeRosa, Bowker, Charlie Morton. Gave up 2 home runs in the 2nd and a home run in the 5th. Huff's got 1 of the home runs, and it was an inside the park home run. Two balls and no strikes. Huff hits one high and deep again to right field. This one is way back. It is off the top of the bricks. Huff is digging for, well, he's digging for 2. And he's got a double.
And he's thinking, you know what, in any other place, I got a 3 home run day. The home run that was the inside the Parker hit high off the wall. This is hit as hard. A high fastball, flat swing, backspin. And even with the Pirates cheating and taking that gap away, and there's a more conventional bounce. He's going to have to settle for a 2-bagger. His second at bat back in the 3rd, he flied out deep to center. He could have had 3 home runs, and he's thinking, what do I have to do?
Here's Mark DeRosa.
Well, just as long as you don't start counting them, the ones you should have had.
DeRosa takes low. Low again, 2-0. Well, it is really not a park fit for left-handed hitters, especially left-handed hitters that like to hit the ball out of the park. As Jack Tashner is now in the bullpen. There's a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Well, you just can't let it get in your head. That's the whole thing.
Yep.
Because you know what you try and do, you're going to try and add to it, and then your swing just gets screwed up. You stay with a good hack, take the home runs you get, take the triples and doubles. I mean, I know home runs are profitable in this business, but as soon as you start to come out of your shoes to add distance, that's when you start losing distance and you start losing good contact. Cannot let it get in your head.
DeRosa, and it's caught in the air by Crosby. All right, let's check in with Amy G. Amy.
Well, Dwayne, as you know, each season there is a locker switch or two in the Giants clubhouse. This season, Barry Zito took over Rich Aurelia's locker, but he didn't just take it over. He actually called Rich Aurelia in the offseason to ask permission. I spoke to Barry about it, and he said, hey, this game's all about service time, and I have the utmost respect for the 15 years that Rich was here. I talked to Rich. Rich said the phone call, pretty cool. Guys?
Yep. Rich Aurelia. He will not be forgotten.
No, he will not.
Bowker hits it on the ground. It'll be Crosby. Crosby will take it himself. To third goes Huff. 2 outs. And here's Uribe.
Rich Aurelia officially announcing his retirement from baseball, at least as a player, over the weekend. And now he's going to devote more time to his family and broadcasting. And the times I've heard him, he sounds absolutely fantastic. We always knew he'd be a natural, and he has proven us correct. And I think it's a career he'll enjoy.
Uribe lifts it high and foul. Uribe with a base hit in the second and struck out in the fourth. Line drive caught by Crosby, and that will end the inning. Wow, he hit a bullet. All right, time now for Subway Eat Fresh. Ask Kruk and Kai. Visit csnbayarea.com. Ask us a question. We'll answer one every game. Adam from South Lake Tahoe. Why do you think umpires want to speed up the game? Well, what did Bud Selig say? It's not the length of the game, it's the pace of the game. You know, get a good pace.
Yeah.
Just keep a guy in the batter's box.
Yeah.
Keep a pitcher in a good rhythm.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's basically what they want. You know, the one thing that's always interesting about the speed and the pace and how everybody talks about it, I don't ever hear that many fans complain about it. But I think what Major League Baseball is trying to do is Crosby lifts this one foul. Sandoval will give chase, but it's heads up, out of play. Easy, Panda. Is they want to at least calm it down before it gets worse. So do something about it now rather than have it actually get worse every year. These are the slowest American League teams. Yankees and Red Sox are on top, as you would expect. Foul back.
Well, all they have to do is instill one rule. You can't leave the batter's box.
Well, you know what, I would not be in favor of that anyway.
Well, I would expect that there aren't going to be any hitters that are in favor of it.
I mean, you leave the batter's box, but, you know, don't pitch a tent.
Yeah, I mean, if you got a routine where you're unwrapping your gloves and tying your shoes and your belt and adjusting your hat, I mean, all that just to me is unnecessary. I mean, I know it's time. You want to feel right getting in. I applaud that. Great.
Got him. 9 strikeouts for Sanchez.
But I think you can, you know, shorten up your act a bit.
Here's Andy LaRoche.
You almost get the feeling watching some teams, they're milking camera time.
Good fastball that just missed. 1 ball and no strikes. Delvin Young is on deck. He would be a pinch hitter. 1 ball and 1 strike. Sanchez now at 87 pitches here in the 7th.
But I know that when we were playing and I'd pitch between innings, you got 8 pitches. There weren't many times that I would take all 8 because I wanted to go. And basically they would go as soon as you were ready to go. You didn't have to wait for a commercial break. That's not going to change. The commercial break is not going to change. The minute 45, 2:15, whatever the commercial break is that day, that's not going to change.
Swing and a miss.
And outside of keeping guys in the box and encouraging pitchers to pitch at a more brisk pace, especially with men when there aren't anybody on the base.
Line to left, right at DeRosa. 2 outs.
I think those are the only 2 things you can really control.
Yeah.
Nate Scherholtz has come in to play right field. John Bauer out of the game.
Here's Rayner instead of Young. Giants saw Rayner on Monday as a pinch hitter, and he picked up a base hit and he scored a run in that 9-3 win for the Giants. And it was Rayner's first big league hit. Cedeno to follow. And a strike as Rayner jumped back. 1 ball and 1 strike. More late inning problems for the Brewers. They had a 6-3 lead against the Cubs. And the Cubs scored 4 times in the 8th. Now they're going to the 9th in Milwaukee. He's trying to at least tie that game up. It's 7-6 Chicago. In the dirt, it's 2-2 to Rayner. Seventh inning. Stepping out is Rayner. Pulls it foul. Giants have a day off tomorrow. So will the Pirates. Pirates will open at home on Friday night. The Giants will be at Dodger Stadium Friday night. About time for that rivalry to get started.
Yep, it's about time.
Got him. 10 strikeouts for Jonathan Sanchez. Giants on top 6-0. It is Wired Wednesday. We've had the privilege of having Aaron Rowan. Let's listen to him.
You guys gonna make some plays today?
Sure. Why not?
I want to see you guys laying out.
All right.
Bang! Couldn't tell how hard he hit that.
That's my group. That's my group.
So we'd like to thank Aaron Rowan for cooperating with Wired Wednesday. We also understand that at some point when he had that wire on, he got disconnected. So we could have had a little bit more. Here's Whiteside facing Jack Tashner.
Our old pal Jack Tashner, and these are his numbers. 6 strikeouts in 4 innings. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change, tune-up and smog experts. Jack Tashner, one of the really good guys that came through Mike Murphy's clubhouse. 32 years old this month. 6'3", 210-pounder out of Milwaukee.
Whiteside hits it down the right field line. Jones giving chase. 20 years with the Giants. These two gentlemen, Russ Stanley and Jim Moorhead, and they threw out the first pitch, and they both threw pitches that weren't even close.
Well, Russ Stanley, a one-hopper. At least Moorhead got the ball to the plate. These guys both hired back in the day where you had to be shorter than Bob Lurie to be an employee with the Giants.
So they qualified?
They're qualifiers. But they're 2 good ones, and we're a better organization because they're with us.
That's a good one. You didn't even prepare me for that one. There's a strike to Sanchez. I could never understand when I got traded over here why everybody in the front office was 5'5".
Now you know.
Here's the 0-1 pitch to Sanchez. I guess that means that's why we never saw Bob Bezio those years. He just stayed in his office.
They hid him. He was pre-Bob Lurie.
Sanchez, a single and a sacrifice bunt. 1-2. Sanchez would love to do something against his old teammate.
It's true. Once you know a guy well and you're competing against him, it's a different deal.
All right, let's check out our McDonald's game summary. 6-0 Giants. Morton gave up 3 home runs. Millich has a couple of singles. Huffin inside the Parker. First home run as a Giant. Sanchez has been terrific. And that's our McDonald's game summary. Here's Rowan, who's got a home run. Up the middle. Cedeno will not be able to throw, and Rowan's got an infield hit. There's Bob Bezio in the jacket.
Stan giving Moorhead a hug.
See Stacy Slaughter in the background. There's Larry Baer.
Now we feel we have the best front office in the game.
Oh, easy.
And it's truly a family feeling when you're walking through the halls here at the ballpark.
And it got taller when Peter McGowan showed up.
Yep.
Here's Renteria.
Tonight, we may have to tip one with Russ and Jim.
Think they'll be out in the town?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Although it's tough to go out with Moorhead. He wears that USC football helmet wherever he goes, and that gets a little tired after a while. 2 balls and no strikes to Renteria. Check swing foul. Now Russ Stanley, on the other hand, grew up a Pirates fan and a huge Roberto Clemente fan.
Well, every time we go to Pittsburgh, we have to bring something back for him from the Steelers.
Yep.
He is quietly roots for the Pirates. His second favorite team, he says. A true orange and black man here with the Giants, of course.
For about 20 years now.
Yeah.
Down and in to Renteria, 3-1.
So we say congratulations on your 20 years, fellas.
Up the middle, and another seeing-eye ground ball. Couple of hits.
Time for our Panda Cam. It's brought to you by Panda Express, introducing honey walnut shrimp, a delicious new reason to visit Panda Express. We talked about the bats that the Panda uses. From the left side, he'll use a 35-inch, 32-ounce bat. From the right side, he shortens it up a half an inch. He swings a 34.5-inch, 32-ounce bat.
Well, he's hitless in 3 trips. Rowan at second. Renteria at first. The base hit for Renteria, his first of the game. And for the Giants, their 10th. Sandoval goes the other way, but that'll be in the seats. No balls and 1 strike.
Pretty straightaway defense. They're giving the line in right field. Tough guy to defend against. Tough guy to pitch to.
Morton went 6 innings. Swing ain't gonna miss. 1 and 2. Went right after that Tashner fastball.
It's definitely one that'll make you step out and regroup. You saw that fastball, you're looking fastball, you had a good swing at it, and you don't hit anything, not even a foul ball. Unnerves hitters.
And Sandoval goes around. Domit's going to pick it up and throw him out, and that'll end the inning. Giants with a couple of hits. They lead 2. Here comes the 8th inning. Moorhead, Stanley.
Giants baseball is brought to you by Farmers Insurance. To find your local Farmers agent, call 800-FARMERS today. By your Northern California Honda dealers at shophonda.com. And by Xfinity, the next generation in home entertainment. Now available in the Bay Area and coming soon to the Central Valley.
All Giants this afternoon, 6-0. 10 hits. Sanchez with 10 strikeouts as Cedeno takes a called strike, and that was pitch number 97.
He may be on a 1 base runner limit right here. If anybody gets on, he gets into a stretch, they may take him out. Guillermo Mota is starting to heat up down the Giants' pen. What a day for this young man. A 10 strikeout day. Just 3 hits allowed through 7. But if you look back and analyze how this game went, I mean, he kind of struggled a little bit early trying to find a command of his fastball, got through a scoreless first inning, and the Giants scored 4 for him in the bottom of the 2nd. And after that, he really relaxed.
Just a little low to Cedeno. A double for Cedeno in the 6th.
Getting to that point of relaxation, that point of confidence when you can trust your motion and you know how to get guys out even when your best stuff doesn't show up. And this is what you strive to get to when you're a young pitcher. Learning how to pitch.
Got him. All right. What's going on, Amy G?
Well, that Giants family you were talking about, Dwayne, it just got bigger. Congratulations to the Giants hitting instructor Hensley Bam Bam Merlins. He had a baby boy with his wife Giselle this morning. Mother and baby are healthy and happy. I just got the notes. His name is Elijah Gabriel Ludwig Merlins. There's a mouthful. I think we just should call him Bam Bam Jr. 20.5 inches, 7 pounds, 9 ounces.
All right, congratulations. We love it when the family gets bigger. Here's Iwamura. Oh for 3. Hits in this game for the Pirates. Millage a single in the first. Cedeno a double in the 6th, and then Millage an infield hit off of the backside of Sanchez in the 6th. Fouled out of play. 2 balls and 1 strike. This guy does not get cheated. He lets it go.
Very aggressive, but with great plate coverage. You look at him swing, you think he's got bail going, but not only does he cover the outside part of the plate, but he drives the outside part. He's got some pop. Talking about how hard it is to defend against Pablo Sandoval, you could say the same thing about Iwamura.
2-2. Hit on the ground to Uribe, and that'll be a 4-3 putout, 2 outs. And here's McCutchen. Talked about this weekend. Friday night, Vicente Padilla against Todd Wellemeyer. On Saturday, the knuckleballer Charlie Hager against Tim Lincecum. And then the Sunday matchup is a pair of left-handers, Clayton Kershaw against Barry Zito. Giants Dodgers Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
And what does John Miller say? As these two great teams will renew hostilities.
Yeah. Is that like saying they don't really care for each other?
Yeah.
Well, I think that would be a very truthful statement.
There you see the Wellemeyer-Padilla matchup on NBC Bay Area. That's the Friday game, and we'll be back with you on radio only on Saturday, and then a Comcast Sportsnet game on Sunday.
Lifted out to right field, Nate Scherholz. I mean, the rivalry just isn't on the field. I can't wait to smoke Charlie Steiner when I see him.
Come to the park. It's magic inside.
Dude, how's that sweater blanket?
Nice.
Yeah, man, looks comfy.
Yeah, it's super comfy, man.
Awesome. Hey, is that your girlfriend?
Yeah.
Grab your seats. It's magic inside.
Well, the bobblehead six-packs are 2 options. April 24th with the Cardinals. It's a Pablo Sandoval bobblehead by Chevron Extra Mile. Then July 17th, the Mets are taking on the Giants. And it's the Tim Lincecum bobblehead given out by PG&E, $149 per 6-pack. All you have to do is go to SF Giants. Incidentally, the first 20,000 fans for each of those games, those are the folks that are going to get those bobbleheads.
Here's Aubrey Huff. 6-0 Giants. Joel Hanrahan takes over for Jack Tashner. Aubrey Huff, a home run, an inside the park home run. Fly ball to deep center field, and a double high off the bricks in right center field. Pulls this one on the ground, foul.
You can see the reaction of the fans applauding Jonathan Sanchez as he came back after the 8th inning. Probably a pretty good bet. He's done for the day. An 11 strikeout day, 8 shutout innings, 3 hits allowed. He was spectacular.
Huff goes down swinging. 1 out here in the 8th inning.
Brian Wilson needs some work, and he's going to get the 9th inning. Got to keep your closer sharp.
Sharp. DeRosa way out in front. No balls and 1 strike. Oh for 3. Strikeout. Ground out. Pop up. 1 ball and 1 strike. 6 for 29 on the season for Mark DeRosa. Skies this one into center field, but it's right at McCutchen. 2 outs.
A reminder that tonight at 6 o'clock you can check out Sportsnet Central, hosted by Dave Benz and Mindy Bog. Pirates Giants coverage. You'll see all the highlights of this one, plus the Warriors season ender, and then get ready for the playoffs, the Stanley Cups, featuring the Sharks and the Avalanche. You can see it all on the Burger King Sportsnet Central tonight at 6 p.m. only on Sportsnet Central, Comcast Sportsnet Central.
Sherholtz batting for the first time. John Bowker, while he was in the game, was 1 for 3. He singled and scored in the second. And a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike.
When you're trying to keep your eye, you're only getting 1 at bat every couple days or so. How hard is it?
Well, you got to really be careful that it doesn't affect you in every aspect, from your timing to getting in your head. I always used to try to take a lot of pitches, but that isn't always the best way to do things. And coming off the bench, if you see a fastball, they like you to take a crack at it. But I always took a strike. And it basically, for the most part, worked for me. But Schultz breaks his bat, and Hanrahan's going to have a nice 8th inning. We'll go to the 9th. It remains 6-0 Giants.
Well, the Stanley Cup playoffs start tonight. Game 1 of the series between the Sharks and the Avalanche. You'll see it at 7:30, and the pregame live starts at 7. You'll see it on Comcast Sportsnet California. Because of all these additions, the scheduled A's-Mariners games on Wednesdays, A's-Orioles on Fridays, and the A's-Yankees on Tuesday, April 20th, have been moved to CSN Plus. Log on to csncalifornia.com for channel information.
Numbers for Brian Wilson.
4th game he's been in, and this is just a maintenance inning.
Milic has a couple of hits. Sandoval to his left, and the Panda makes the play.
Nice pick. He's had some heat come his way today.
He has, and he's been flawless. Take a look at David Benzer flashing orders.
No, not only is he a cameraman, he's a producer cameraman.
Yeah, talks to himself a lot. Here's Garrett Jones. It's not very often we see Dave Benzer leave that camera over by the visitors' dugout. The Cubs ended up beating Milwaukee 7-6. It's the only other National League game being played during the daytime. Everything else will be tonight, and it's a full boat. Down low from Wilson, 3-0. Here's a strike. Three balls and one strike.
Just missed. We always talk to you about how closers hate to get into games when it's not a save. I think it may happen if you're losing 9-0 and you're getting a maintenance inning. Those are the games you hate to get into. But when you're getting the last 3 outs, it's still fun to get, even though you're not going to get credited for a save. But as we mentioned before, this is an inning he needs to throw to stay sharp. Giants go into an off day tomorrow, then head down to LA on Friday. So it's important that he gets this inning.
Fouled at the plate off of the shin guard of Eli Whiteside. Is it Marco?
Marco Alioto, the new bat boy in Mike Murphy's clubhouse this year, going to be working games. And he is a good one.
1 ball and 1 strike.
I think that was Marco.
I think it was. 1-2.
Joey Tolucci has graduated. He was a bat boy for 12 years. Now he has a degree from Santa Clara, and he's a working stiff. So we wish Joey well, but we miss him.
Won a lot of beer pong tournaments at Santa Clara.
Yeah, it's true. Got his Letterman's jacket.
One and two. Just outside, and that evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
He is not missing by much. One thing I like about this is, he's got a nice rhythm going. You have to pitch these innings just like you would an inning where you're going to get a save.
You got him.
That is just filthy dirty. Unfair filthy dirty.
It's a hat trick for Doman.
A backdoor cutter at 89 miles per hour at the knees, and that is a 3 strikeout day.
Here's Jeff Clement. Fastball outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Giants saw Clement both games of the series at first base. 0 for 4 on Monday. 0 for 3 in the game last night. So an 0 for 7 series for Clement. Swing and a miss. 1 and 2.
Boy, that is crisp. That is late explosion. And watch the swing over from Clement.
Got him, and that's the ball game. Wilson strikes out a pair. Sanchez strikes out 11. And game 3 in this 3-game series goes to the Giants. And the Giants take 2 out of 3 from the Pirates. Tune in to NBC Bay Area Friday night at 7 for the Giants and Dodgers from Dodger Stadium. And then we'll be back with you on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area Sunday afternoon. 12:30 Giants pregame live before the final game of the series. All right, stay tuned. Giants postgame live. Well, guess what? That's going to start right now.
field. Garrett Jones back. Garrett Jones off of archway number 7. Aubrey Huff on the move. Here he comes. They're going to wave him in. Here's the throw. Not in time.
That's a lot of fun at the ballpark today. Of course, if you're a Giant fan, can't beat 6-0. The Giants, a 7-2 start. Day off tomorrow, headed for San Diego. Alongside to rehash with us one of the great left-hand pitchers in USF history, the ultimate insider, Mike Herb. Well, you did play. No stretch.
Not one of the great left-handers in history. Though,
Mike, you're the analyst. Sure. Everybody's the greatest. Okay,
yeah, I'm the greatest today.
Fair enough. That was a lot of fun today. If you're a Giant fan, huh?
Yeah, it was, and it's great that the Giants, you go into every series trying to win the series. They lost last night. It was an ugly loss, but they got right back on the horse today. Day baseball is always great at AT&T Park, and literally Aubrey Huff had to get on his horse. He's done a lot of running this week, but Jonathan Sanchez had a tremendous outing. It's a good win all the way around.
Just looking at the time of the game, it appeared the Pirates were ready to get out of town. They got one win, and that was enough, huh?
Yeah, it's amazing. Getaway day is always a little bit quicker, always quicker, because they do want to get out of town. The umpires call the game. Their strike zones are a little bit more open, so you're always looking for a quick one on.
All right, Amy G is standing by with a man who had a real nice performance on the mound this afternoon. Hello, Amy.
Thanks, Gary. Jonathan, on your home opener here, you seemed maybe a little overamped. That certainly was not the case today. What adjustments did you make from your last start?
I mean, I had all my pitches today. I was throwing the pen, and I knew I was going to have a good game today. Just play my breaking ball, and they were swinging at it, and that was the key. 11
strikeouts over 8 shutout innings. How anxious were you to get out there today and shut down the Pirates after a tough loss last night?
I mean, that was a pretty good game we played last night, and we should have had that. But I came here today. I just want to beat this thing and get the series.
Jonathan, all the runs today came via the long ball home runs for the Giants. How exciting is that to watch as a pitcher? Your teammates put up a lot of runs for you, give you a nice cushion, and let you just relax on the mound.
I mean, make you relax. Make you up there, make it pitches. You just throw the ball easy because you just have 6 runs on your belt, and I mean, that's how you get people out easy.
I saw you before the game working on your bunting. You laid down a very nice sacrifice bunt there in the 5th. How important is that skill right now for this team, the way this team plays, and how hard have you guys been working on that?
I mean, that's what we do every day early here. We come out here, we're planning, I start bunting, all the pitchers, and that's how I get it down. I mean, working hard and just getting down.
He got it done. Good job, Jonathan Sanchez. He received a great ovation, Gary, from the fans after coming out. After the 8th, they take the series from the Pirates. They have a winning homestand, and now they're on the road, guys.
All right, thanks very much, Amy. And Sanchez again today helping the Giants. 3 straight series wins in team history. You know how that stands out. The first time since 2003. So they've got a little bit to climb to catch up to 2003, but off and rolling. I forget where you stood on Sanchez this offseason. Were you of a mind if you could get something for him, make a move, Mike?
It would have had to been a huge bat because, when they decided not to bring Brad Penny back, it made it pretty clear that you were going to count on Jonathan Sanchez. And given what he did after his no-hitter last year, he really did seem to turn a corner and start to provide the consistent results that had been lacking thus far in his career. It was going to take a monster deal to let go of Jonathan Sanchez, and today you see exactly why.
Yeah, Sanchez is our U.S. Marines leader of the game. And as we watch Sanchez going to work here, I'm curious, Mike, is there a thumbnail for, they say, give a guy, quote, 3 years, 4 years before you say he's not going to be what we thought he was?
I think it probably depends on, it's an individual basis. With somebody like Jonathan who's been so inconsistent, the bottom line is the guy has a ridiculous amount of talent, and that's why guys like that, they're going to get a little bit more time because you have always seen flashes of brilliance from Jonathan, but it's just a matter of finding his consistent arm slot. That was always a big deal with him, which leads to command, and command problems have been Jonathan's issue, but not today. He threw 109 pitches, 70 strikes. He was in the zone all day. When he was out of the zone, he was just off it. He got some guys fishing. That's why he had 11 punch-outs.
And granted, this is all just in the eye of the beholder, but if I said in terms of just straight stuff on a hot day, of course, there's Lincecum and Sanchez second on that staff when he's hot.
I think so in terms of dynamic stuff. You know, Matt Cain, you kind of know what you're getting with Matt. He goes right after you. He's a power-type pitcher. Tim can beat you a number of different ways. And Jonathan, he's got that lively, late-breaking fastball. He's got a really good breaking ball when it's on. So, yeah, I would say that he's probably, behind Lincecum, the most difficult guy to catch. And when you hear guys talk about difficult guys to catch, it means they have great stuff.
Yeah, and, of course, as the graphic points out, tying his career high with 11 strikeouts. Still as good as Sanchez was. I think the signature moment from today's game, Aubrey Huff did everything but hit one out, huh?
Yeah, that's 2 balls that he's absolutely crushed in the past couple of days. And he only gets a triple about it. You know, the first time it happened, they said, welcome to San Francisco. Now he's used to it. You could notice the first time when he had the triple, he kind of Cadillac'd it a little bit coming out of the box, but now he's learned his lesson. He was running hard the entire way, and he made it all the way around, and I know he was winded because he was winded after the triple alone. This was on Monday. You know, this is when he scored from first base on a double. He's been doing a lot of running around the bases. Here they are waving him off. Aubrey says, I'm not the fastest guy, but I always am going to run hard. Here's the triple that he hit into the alley. He thought that was gone. He had to get on his horse just to get 3, and today he had to get on it just a little bit more to get all the way home.
Does it scare some players? They watch the highlights late at night on the East Coast. Maybe they're going to be free agents. I can't go there because I can't hit one out. Huh?
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit last night. You know, the fact is, if you're a guy who hasn't made a ton of money and you're looking for that next big contract, San Francisco's probably not the place you're going to land it because you're not going to get the huge power numbers. But if you just want to come get a ring, Aubrey Huff has played for a lot of bottom feeders.
He could have stood up, huh? He could have stood up at that.
Oh, yeah, you got to slide. You got to get your uniform dirty.
But he has become, at least early in the season here, the most toweled down guy on the Giants. as you see the inside the park numbers there, Sherholtz did the business. Boy, a long time ago. Remember Moore, outfielder, just didn't quite live up to his promise. And Fernando Vina. And old Suzuki has one in the All-Star game. Yeah. To be honest with you, I forgot about Suzuki in the All-Star game.
Yeah, that was the best moment of that All-Star game. And so far, for me, the most entertaining moment of this season has been Aubrey Huff's inside the park homer.
All right, we are working with the great Colvin Marshall, and you talk about production creativity. Are you ready? He is overlapping A's with Giants, all right? And I don't know, we'll see if Larry Bear hears this. We'll see if Colvin's here tomorrow. But anyway, here we go. You ready, Mike? Take a peek.
This is Adam Rosales hitting his first home run for the A's, and he sprints all the way around the bases. Even when he knows the ball's out of the yard, he's got so much energy. Aubrey Huff, meanwhile, has to be running this hard. We need to put a clock on this and see who got around faster.
Oh, my God.
Pretty much the exact same time.
That is very funny. And again, the idea with all... In all due respect to Rosales, you hit a home run. Was that his first in the majors?
I don't know if it was first in the majors. Definitely first. It was his first start with the A's. It was his first in the majors, and he was excited about it. And from what he says, he's going to run that hard all the way around the bases every time he hits a home run. Milton Bradley, we talked the other night, he used to hit third base, kick it into another gear, but Rosales has that gear going from home to home. Aubrey Huff needed every bit of that tonight, too.
All right. The Giants, again, off tomorrow. Then they face the Dodgers. On to San Diego. They come home for St. Louis. Then they're going to be followed up by the Phillies and the Rockies. So if you're a schedule watcher, things are going to get a little more difficult. We'll talk with Mike Urban about that. And, of course, John Miller and Kruk and Kipe and Fleming ready to spin a few yarns. So it's all.
Giants Postgame Live is brought to you by Tap Plastics, the fantastic plastic place. Visit us online at tapplastics.com.
Well, when you look at the numbers on poor Colton, his ERA, Mike, he actually lowered it today to 13.50, huh?
Yeah, that's from, he was up above 20. He gave up 6 runs in 6 innings. But, you know, we've talked about this a little bit early in the season. The Giants offense has been giving their starters some padding, and they did it again today in the 2nd inning. They got Jonathan Sanchez some runs. That allows him to attack the strike zone a little bit more. 11 strikeouts on only 109 pitches through 8 innings. That's efficiency. That means the guy's going right after people, and he can go after people because they're getting him early offense.
Yeah, this thing was over fast. The Giants doing the business in the 2nd inning, and there we go, rubbing it on Morton. The Pittsburgh Pirates going to be a long year, needless to say, and the numbers on Morton. Funny to say, the ERA was lowered.
Yeah, lowered by 6.5 runs, in fact. And it's important that the Giants won this game because as much good feeling is there about the Giants early in the season. There are people that are looking at them saying, okay, they played the Astros. The Braves are okay. The Pirates are not. If they'd have lost the series against the Pirates, it would have wiped out all the good feelings about the early season. But because they handled their business, they got the third straight series victory. Now they get a day off and go on the road.
Yeah, I'm always conscious. You'll hear me say nonstop, well, the media, how we handle things, because we do have to be responsible. And I always laugh at how after the first two games, Rowan is 0 for 10, and we're going, oh, boy, I don't know. And I even broke out my old joke when he ran into the fence, made an extra $15 million in Philly, right? Well, and yet now, among leadoff hitters, he has more hits than anybody in baseball.
Yeah. And when he did get off to the 0-10 start, it's funny because I was talking with Rich Aurelia before the third game of the season, and we were discussing our keys to that game, and I said one of the keys is to get Aaron Rowan going before people start freaking out. And Richie said, before they start freaking out, we're 2 games in, they're already freaking out. They're not freaking out anymore. Aaron's doing okay so far.
All right. Chris Oliveria has people stationed. In fact, there's somebody at my house now to ask my wife how we're doing. He has people all over. We just heard from Amy G. Are you ready for more at the ballpark?
Absolutely.
Let's go out there. Aubrey Huff standing by.
Aubrey, your first inside the park home run. Were you out of breath after that one? You didn't think you were going to have to run that much when you got here, huh?
Well, no, not really. Turns out like it's going to look like that kind of season for me. I mean, I've never had a 3-home run game in my life, but I'm going to count that one today as a 3-home run game. I don't know what else I can do to get a ball out of here.
Talking to Aaron Rowan the other day just about, the adjustments that hitters have to make when they do come to AT&T Park. He says you can't really change your approach at all. You just kind of keep going out there and doing what you do. Is that right?
No, just keep hitting line drives, keep hitting balls in the gap, and you can't really change your swing. I mean, if you try and do that, you're going to be out in front trying to pull everything. And, I'm kind of a guy that hits balls in the right center. And the way it looks, we're going to be, I went from a 30-goal season to maybe have to knock it down to 20.
But a win's a win, right?
A win's a win, man. So let's get on the road, and hopefully I don't hit 15 ground balls, and we can get some balls in the air on the road.
What can you say about Jonathan Sanchez and the way he kind of set the tone for everybody today?
Oh, he's great. I tell you what, everybody, he gets lost in the shuffle on this staff. I mean, he's got probably some of the best stuff on our staff. We get him a nice early lead. He goes out there and relaxes, and that's the kind of stuff he's got.
3 straight series wins to start the season. How good does this feel, just, ending the homestand on a high note and heading down to L.A.?
Yeah, that's all. I always said that. I've been on a lot of losing teams, but all the teams that do win, their philosophy is, take the series, win 2 out of 3, because it's hard to sweep, whether or not, you're playing a last place team or a first place team. It's really tough to sweep in baseball, and if you can win 2 out of 3, and if you win the first 2, you want to sweep, but you always want to take 2 out of 3.
All right, well, congratulations. Go get some rest after all that running.
Thanks.
All right. Back to you guys.
All right, Jamie Sire on the case. I like Huff with a mic in his face. It's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, he's a good talker, and he lost 12 pounds in the offseason trying to get himself in better shape. He called himself a fat ass during spring training. He's going to lose some more weight if he keeps hitting balls in Triples Alley like that.
All right, did he have other options besides here? Or was this pretty much the one team who said, I think you'll fit in with us?
He had some other options. I don't know that they were as attractive financially, and I think the thing that he said, like I mentioned, he played for bottom feeders. He was a member of the Devil Rays when they truly were the Devil Rays, and they were terrible, and the Orioles were a bad team. So he'd never gone to camp with a team that he thought would contend. He looked at the Giants. He looked at the other couple of teams that had offers, and it was clear the Giants had a better opportunity. Putting up offensive numbers while the fans would love to see him hit 30 doesn't matter to him. He wanted to come to a winner, and he's with a winner.
Okay, today's highlights brought to you by Colvin Marshall. Here we go. The Giants in their finale of the homestand, and Kruk and Kite. See if you agree with this. Bonds, Lincecum, third most important people since this park opened in terms of fan response. Kruk and Kite.
I would see they're right up there on the popularity list.
I'm telling you. All right, and here we go. This is, again, if I'm at this game, I'm going to remember this for a while. Hey, Mike, Little League, Pony League, USF, you ever do this?
No, they stopped me from swinging the bat once I got to about 16. And
Look
it was
at
obvious I couldn't hit a breaking ball.
Yeah.
That was Nate Shearholtz's inside the park home run in 2009. Very similar to what Aubrey Huff did here. He's got such a nice swing. He gets under the ball, puts a lot of backspin on it. That's why he's been a home run guy, but he just can't get the ball out of that part of AT&T Park. And as I said, he was running hard out of the box because he learned his lesson from the triple the other day. And as you said, Gary, didn't really need to slide there.
Yeah, and for the critics of the ballpark who say you can't hit one out, that field does make it interesting with the little nooks and crannies for plays like we just saw there. We're going to work here, and when Whiteside hits one, remember a year ago in Houston, does the same thing today. Eli Whiteside, no doubt.
Yeah, Eli Whiteside is the guy that basically when he's behind the plate to give Benji Molina a break, the pitchers love throwing to him, but anything he gives them offensively, I think the Giants look at it as gravy, but he came up huge today.
Yeah, Sanchez holding up his end of the bargain, and from there, had a little rough go in the 6th inning, but that was about it. Sanchez really on his game today.
In the 4th inning here, he punched out the side. In the 1st inning, I thought it was key. He got out of a 2-on-1-out situation.
Yeah, and Rowan right now hitting .318 on the season. Rowan fattening his stats here, making it 6-0 in the 5th inning.
And that was after Eli Whiteside got a double, and Jonathan Sanchez did what good pitchers on good teams do, got a sacrifice bunt down.
Boy, there's one again. And Huff has to be scratching his head. He probably thought he had 2 home runs today, 2 out of the park home runs.
It would have been 2 homers and a lot of other yards, and in fact, if he hadn't hit the inside the park homer, I think that would have been a triple, but he was still gassed from it, so he stopped at second base.
Yeah, Sanchez going the furthest of any Giant pitcher today. Surprised you he went 8?
Not because of the pitch count. He kept it down. After 7 innings, he was at 99. And I'm so glad that the Giants are finally at a point where they don't act like these guys are going to explode after they throw their 110th pitch of the game. Jonathan didn't even get to 110. 109 in 8 innings. Very, very efficient. And again, I think part of the reason for that is they got him the early lead. He could attack hitters.
You're not a pitch count guy, I take it.
I'm not a pitch count guy at all. I think big horses, especially a guy like Matt Cain, if he's healthy, if he's comfortable, he's a strong guy. Let him go until he tells you he's tired.
But I don't need to tell you, if the agent's saying, don't wear my guy out, he's due to make such and such, right? I mean, that's a lot of it originates with the agent, does it not?
I think a lot of it is based on finances for sure, but I don't think the agent has any say. The team should have the say. I'm already paying you. The agent is taken out of it once the contract is signed.
But remember the argument with Lincecum early in his career, oh, why doesn't he pitch more? If somehow you're the manager and Lincecum hurts his arm pitching in the 9th inning, you're going to hold that on your mind for a long time.
Yeah, and I think that's the fear. It's that, okay, is the general manager going to be upset with me? Not is this guy's agent going to be upset with me? But, you know, Nolan Ryan single-handedly is trying to change that. He's dismissing with pitch counts altogether. He wants guys to throw as deep as they can go. I'd like to see the Giants do that, too, because they've got a lot of young guys with good, strong arms.
All right, you ready to hear some old stories from the guys who called the game today?
Absolutely.
All right, we're going to go back to the ballpark, and Dwayne, Mike, Johnny Miller, and Dave Fleming will moderate the post-game wrap. We'll come back, and Mr. Urban and I will maybe talk some hockey with the Sharks coming tonight. So we'll have some fun. Now, back to the ballpark. Giants feeling good, and so are the fellas on the post-game wrap.
Stand by.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Go.
Just what I was thinking. All right, we're back here. It's post-game wrap time. How about old Jonathan Sanchez today? That was pretty fun to watch, wasn't it?
Well, that's the thing about Jonathan Sanchez. I mean, you know, there are times you're going to be impatient with his growth. You're going to shake your head and say, oh, if he could only just get it in the strike zone. And he's going to tease you. But on days like today, when he goes out there and he makes something very hard look very easy, you're just glad he's here and he's got a Giants uniform on. I mean, he was awesome today. And you could almost see, and Kai pointed it out on the television side, when they got him 4 runs, he came out the next inning and he was a relaxed man. And he took that nice, slow, easy rhythm and took it all the way through 8, punched out 11. That's an awesome pitching performance against this team, against any team in the big leagues.
And what you touch on is absolutely true. He has never consistently put it together where start after start for an extended period of time you see this guy out there. But when that's your 4th starter, I mean, and the Giants would love to see that, right? They want to see the guy who could dominate time in and time out. Maybe that'll be him this year. But when that's your 4th guy, you can take a little inconsistency. You get performances like that.
Well, and his delivery is something that's always going to be a bit of an obstacle. He's a long armer. He's got long arms. This is a game that rewards short arms, both on the mound, both with the bat, simply because you can repeat the stroke easily with a shorter arm. Now all of a sudden you have a guy who's a long armer, and it's at times he won't be able to find that stroke, that good slot where he can stay on top of his pitches and get good push and drive. But when he does, whew, boy, is he fun to watch.
See, I don't think this was about Sanchez at all.
You don't?
It was about Aubrey Huff. I mean, seriously, come on. He hit an inside-the-park home run.
He tried it the other night, or he came to where he was thinking about it at least.
By the way, he's not going to hit a home run here. into the bleachers.
Yeah.
He's going to have like 12 inside the park home runs.
I see him having 12 inside the park homers and maybe 15 triples. Right?
It's going to be great.
All here at home.
Got to earn him.
He's going to weigh 120 pounds in September. But it was fun. And he's cranking, man. He wants to get one in those bleachers so bad. He will, but it just didn't happen today.
The next one he hit today, well, he hit one to deep center field that was caught, but then the next one looked like he just sort of said, I'm just going to stop at second.
After a while, it's not going to be that funny to him anymore.
Yeah.
It's going to be like ticked off like every other left-handed hitter here except one.
Well, we saw today, this park, this is a good. This is a fine place to hit. The AT&T Park can be a good place to hit. It's a tough place to hit home runs if you're left-handed. But 2 other home runs from right-handers that got out nicely, and the Giants had a great homestand swinging the bats. They scored a lot of runs. They had a lot of offense here. But for Aubrey Huff in particular, it will be a challenge to get it over the fence.
Well, that spot at Camden Yards where he played for several years, those balls he's been hitting out to the gap here, those are 30 feet beyond the wall at Camden Yards. And they're saying, man, a tape measure shot. Not even close. And here he can't quite get it within 10 feet of the top of the wall. So, but it's great just to see him crushing the ball like that anyway.
Yeah, if he's in Baltimore, that's a 3-homer day. The problem is you can't start counting those balls that don't go out. No. You can't have in your bag, I should have 24 home runs.
4 so far.
And I only have 4.
Plus, it's not like hitting a triple and a double or a inside the park home run and a double is a bad day. I mean, that's helping the Giants offense. And your point, I think, is he's a cleanup guy. Whether they're going out over the fence or whether they're splitting the gaps, as long as he's hitting with some pop, some power, some extra base oomph, that's a good thing for the Giants.
But we've seen a lot of left-handed hitters here who their best balls were going out there and getting caught. He's hitting the ball to the 421 sign. He's hitting it off the 20-foot high wall. He's hitting it into the archways. I mean, he's crushing balls out there, and he's getting his hits. He's getting his extra base hits. So he's got some muscle. So I think he's going to have a good year if he keeps doing that. And he made the number of home runs he was hoping for, but the numbers are going to look pretty good nonetheless.
Story of the day for you.
It is. That's right.
Aubrey
Sanchez was good, but
inside the park. Aubrey and Ichiro.
The easiest inside the park home run I remember since this one today, because they didn't even make a throw to home plate. Barry hit that inside the park home run at Candlestick against the Braves in a day game, right down the left field line where Klesko made the dive for it, slid in, and he missed the ball and cracked his head against the sidewall behind the bullpen at Candlestick. And I don't know if he passed out or just said, oh, the hell with it. I'm not getting up. I'm too tired. He's just lying in the dirt and that ball rolling down the left field line and nobody's chasing it. And he might go for 4 and he might walk the last 90 feet.
Aubrey Huff.
It's an exciting play, though.
Man, it is. Great play, great day. We'll talk more after this.
Come to the park and see for yourself why it's magic inside.
You know what's magic? 6-packs.
If you got a 6-pack, you the man.
The ladies do like 6-packs.
Step up, call the number.
Grab your seats. It's magic inside.
Itching to make a pick here. Dying to make a pick.
Eli Whiteside.
Grab him.
Eli Whiteside. What a day, Eli. This is probably the best day he's ever had. I mean, he hit the grand slam last year in Houston, which was a game decider. But here, he goes out there and throws 8 or catches 8 zeros on the board to complement, well, 9. I mean, if you take Brian Wilson's 9th inning.
I'm taking it.
Catches a shutout, hits a 3-run homer in the 2nd inning, adds a double on top of it. I mean, that's a great day. That's a great day. And for a guy that plays once a week, I mean, that's a day you're going to remember for a long time. And if you talk to him about his day-to-day, I mean, he's going to enjoy the home run, don't get me wrong, but the first thing he'll talk about are the zeros. And the thing I like about Whiteside is that when he talks in that regard, he's sincere. Good teammate, good guy. I'm glad to see him have a big day.
I guarantee you it was a hard decision for Bruce Bochy to put him in there. I mean, Benji's got the hot bat going. It reached base 9 straight times. And even though day game after a night game, he got tomorrow off, I guarantee you it was hard for him to take Benji out of the lineup as well as he's been swinging the bat. But Eli makes him look real good.
Well, Bochy did say before the game, he said, I'm second-guessing myself big time. He's only playing 2 or 3 days and then getting a breather. I feel like the time off he's had has contributed to his hot bat. I want to see that bat stay hot for a while. And not playing today, he gets 2 days off going into L.A. And then Whiteside made it just irrelevant. He looked Molina-like out there today, so with the bat.
Good pick. Eli Whiteside.
Excellent, Mike. Very good.
Thank you.
Very
Drive
good.
home safely.
Very good.
John?
All right. Well, I'm going with Aubrey Huff, the inside the park home run, and he kept launching the ball out. He doesn't want to get a home run apparently down the right field line. He doesn't want to get it over the Willie Mays wall. He wants to get one over the 421 sign. So I like that. He's just it's not fun, I guess, if he hits it over the 309 marker. He wants to hit one over the 420 sign. So
gamer.
Yeah, gamer. Yeah. And he did. He hit one. The last time we saw one with that kind of a bounce, it was Ichiro in the All-Star game. And that may be the only other time we've had one that had that crazy a bounce. And it was almost like the gods owed it to Huff after all the balls he hit. In 3 days, he hit 10 balls out to the 421 side. So they had him take a funny hop, and he got the inside the park home run. So anyway, Aubrey Huff, and he's looking pretty good at first base. Although there was that one ball last night, I didn't understand what was going on. But as soon as he got the inside the park home run, I decided, well, I'll never even mention that again, other than this one time just now.
Never again after now.
Okay, Aubrey Huff. Yeah.
Good pick. Kipe, you want to go?
Yeah, I'll take Aaron Rowand. We digged the long ball, and he had one. So I'm taking Aaron Rowand. His first of the year.
You know, it's easy to forget now. What did he start the year 0 for 10? Didn't reach base one time. Hit a ground ball to shortstop and didn't know where it was. I mean, Aaron, the first 2 days looked completely out of whack, and that one is past history now.
Plus, he had some weird balls hit out to him today, early in the game.
Did.
That he hung in there with him.
Aaron Rowand playing well.
Rowand.
Doing a good job.
That'd be a good pick.
I'll take Sanchez. You left him for me.
I did.
The Giants starter.
Teed up.
Yeah, I mean, Jonathan. And, you know, even on opening day, where he didn't have any kind of sharpness, not nearly like what he had today, you know, it's opening day in this ballpark, and he's got the adrenaline pumping, and one of his biggest starts ever. And I thought even then he showed some signs that he's a different guy now than he used to be. He kind of held it together, held the Giants in the game, and the Giants won. But this is the guy they know that they can get. And this was, in some ways, this was almost as dominant as his no-hitter. I mean, today they just didn't hit balls hard against him. He walked 3 guys, but he was in total command all the way from the start, other than maybe that one shaky moment in the first inning. I thought he was fantastic.
Well, and he thought he could win. Another thing you'll see with young pitchers, the standings will determine a lot of their confidence going into a start. If they're facing a Padres team like last year that weren't a very good team, they feel like they can beat that team. You know, it's when they cross that threshold and they get to that same type of confidence when they're facing the Philadelphia Phillies or the Atlanta Braves or the Dodgers. And it's just it's a process of time. You also saw how he relaxed today when he got runs scored. It's almost like the pressure was off. Again, it won't, the scoreboard, it'll simply determine how he pitches each individual hitter and how he throws every pitch. It won't matter if it's 4-0 or down 4-0, up 4-0, down 4-0. It won't matter. That's how you evolve as a professional, and he's getting there. Today was a great start.
Yeah.
But, you know, I mean, and it's up to Dave Righetti, who's done a great job with him to begin with, just to maintain that type of confidence against some of the better teams. When that happens, then it's like bar the door, baby.
So we'll see, because he'll go against the Padres next, but then I think his next 2 starts after that, I think he'll catch the Cardinals and then maybe even catch the Phillies there in that series too. So
piece of cake.
He'll get a nice test there against 2 really good teams. If not the Phillies, then the Colorado Rockies.
Oh, piece of cake.
Not a problem for Jonathan.
It's a problem. See a problem in there?
No, I don't see one. What's on Tap? Sponsored by Tap Plastics. Giants get an off day. enjoy the night in the city. Travel tomorrow to L.A. Dodgers play twice between now and the first game of the Giants-Dodgers series, tonight and tomorrow night against the Diamondbacks. Giants can watch them play, get ready to go, and then Todd Wellemeyer against Vicente Padilla. Giants-Dodgers 2010 starts on Friday.
Good.
And
I'm thinking
what,
it's going
what
to
do
be
they
fun.
do? They renew the what?
Renew the hostilities.
Yes, that's the word. The hostilities.
Dating back into medieval times. So the rivalry began many hundreds of years ago, and still bitter.
They don't
be rough, let me tell you.
They don't like each other.
And that, yeah.
And I said it over on the TV side. It's not just on the field. I can't wait to smoke Charlie Steiner when I see him.
Dodger broadcaster?
Yes.
Sucker punch right in the teeth.
He got all excited about a Manny home run the other day. I'd like to just blast him big time. Yeah. I may have to fight you to see who gets first crack at it.
We'll go right at it, baby.
Friday night, What's on Tap? Sponsored by Tap Plastics, the fantastic plastic place, on the web at tapplastics.com.
All right, as a man who watches the Wrap on a consistent basis, I'll say this probably every night. My favorite, Dwayne Kuiper is so real. You know what I mean? Dwayne's not pretending. He's just, I love Dwayne because it's a radio bit and we eavesdrop, and Dwayne's great. Hey, earlier in the program, we stated that Adam Rosales, when we were doing that bit comparing his...
I stated, Gary,
No,
I
we
was
didn't.
wrong.
No, I didn't cut you off. His first home run in the majors, and it was not. He hit 4 last season with the Cincinnati Reds, that courtesy of Dave Feldman Productions. And...
thank you, Google.
Yeah, we've also got a little stat for you. This is the first time in Giants history that they have had 2 pitchers, each with 10 strikeout games within the first 9 games of the season. You know what this translates? Don't make a mistake or Feldman will pounce. That's pretty good. Hey, and congratulations to the Giants hitting coach. Bam Bam Mullins had a little boy today. So
yeah, Elijah Mullins. Hensley probably had some other things on his mind. Maybe that's why the Giants didn't take any walks today, but still they did work the count. And you look at their starting lineup, 7 out of the 9 guys had an on-base percentage of over .333 at the end of the game. I'm sure you could never say that at any point during last season.
Where'd you get that, from Feldman?
No, I worked on that on my own.
Okay. All right, we're going to take a quick break and come back. And again, Giants off tomorrow, then 3 against the Dodgers in Los Angeles. We'll look ahead in moments. All right. Eli Whiteside, as Molina sat today, got a chance. 2 hits and 3 trips. Eli now hitting .300, including one of his mammoth blasts. And he had cameras and notepads in front of him after the game.
Well, first of all, let's talk about Jonathan Sanchez. I mean, he was just dealing out there today. What did you see from your angle?
He's throwing strikes. He had everything going today. Fastball, curveball, and his split was working pretty well, and he's able to get ahead of the hitters. They were swinging pretty early in the count, so they had some balls hard early, right at guys, and but they were swinging the bats all day, and he was able to get ahead of those guys.
A lot of the guys on the team have said, ever since that no-hitter last year, just his confidence level has changed. Do you see that?
Definitely. He goes out there and confident in his stuff, and trusts the guy behind the plate, and he just goes with it.
Talk about the home run today.
That was nice. Helped the team out because against Atlanta the other day, I came up with guys in scoring position all 3 times and wasn't able to help the team out there, so that was nice.
Aubrey Huff, the inside the park home run. Did the guys kind of give him a hard time at all in the dugout after huffing and puffing around there?
We got a pretty good laugh out of it, but he's been swinging the bat well, hitting the ball hard. Maybe he can get one out of here pretty soon.
All right, thanks so much.
Yep.
All right, again, Jamie Sire doing the thing in the locker room. We also have some post-game. We have more post-game thoughts. You ready for those, Mike?
Jonathan Sanchez?
Yeah, Jonathan Sanchez. We'll hear a little bit. Of course, Amy interviewed him earlier. Then we'll get him in a group setting. Do these guys enjoy this? I mean, do they? And
after they win, they do.
Yeah, but more times than not, they'd rather shower and go home.
I think so, but it's part of the job. And, you know, there's some guys who understand that and some guys who don't. And some guys don't like it just because they're not comfortable talking. I mean, Jonathan, English is his second language, and sometimes he's not comfortable doing it. Edgar Renteria is the same one, but the Giants have a lot of really good talkers on this team, and that's what makes them a fun team to cover.
Yeah, you covered this on a national basis for a, what is it, Major League Baseball.com?
MLB.com, yeah.
You ever have anybody tell you, I don't care about my slider today, I want to leave, Urban, you're annoying me?
I've never gotten that personally, but I've gotten that vibe, certainly. I mean, body language does a lot of talking in the clubhouse, and when guys are checking their BlackBerry or not making direct eye contact with you, when they're doing the interview with their back to you in the stall, it's pretty clear that the unspoken there has beat it.
Okay. All right, we got Johnny Sanchez ready to roll. Take it.
Jonathan, 11 strikeouts today. That ties a career high. What felt good for you today?
Yeah, all I threw was perfect. I mean, everything was working for me, and I'm just getting ahead of the hitters, and that's how I got all the punches.
The previous 6 starts, you hadn't made it past the 6th inning mark. Today you go 8. I mean, how good did that feel, and how important was that for you?
It felt good. I mean, it's good for me, you know, go deep in the game and save the bullpen. And when you get a lot of runs in your well, you know, you just got to keep going and going, and that's what you want to do, get deep in the game.
Good to see those guys, you know, swing the bats, and how does that relax you as you go deeper in the game?
You know, when you get wrong early, I mean, you just go out there and get ahead on hitters and get a lot of ground balls and strikeouts.
Did you tell you had your rhythm there from the beginning? I know you had a couple base runners in the first, but then you were locked in.
I slowed down my body. It wasn't going fast to home play, getting on top of the ball.
You got the standing ovation from the fans in the 7th and also in the 8th inning. What is that like?
It feels good, man. When you have your fans, you know, on your back and you're dealing, it's like you being a closer, you know. They want you win the game and you close the game.
Do you feel like you could have gone back out there for that last inning?
Yeah, 108 pitches. I couldn't go more. I mean, I think I had the chance to finish the game.
Do you understand where he's coming from, too, in your second start? I mean...
Yeah, I mean, we got day off tomorrow, and Wilson had like 5 days, so he needs to throw before we get to LA. And it's fine for me, just going out and won the game.
Did you pretty much feel the same way as you did when you threw the no-hitter? I mean, there were a lot of similarities.
A little bit. I didn't have the same speed. I mean, fastball I was throwing harder that day, but I feel kind of the same.
A lot of your teammates.
Okay, the Auto Trader drive ahead. We look tomorrow night, to Friday night in the Dodgers series. And Wellemeyer, Mike, your line is his opening start, he pitched better than the numbers indicate.
Yeah, he did. I was a little bit rough on him after his first outing, but then I took a deeper look into the line score, and he pitched fine for 6 innings, and the 7th inning, things started to fall apart for him. But when you're the number 5 starter, if you give your team 6 quality innings, that's more than what a lot of teams are getting out there.
Are you of a belief, as we watch Wellemeyer do his thing, that if the McCourts, the soon-to-be ex-wife, is asking for $1 million a month, that has to affect your team in some respect in regards to everything? Your franchise appears to be in a little bit of chaos. Huh?
Yeah, there's no doubt. And when you're talking about big dollars like that, the Dodgers are saying that the divorce is not going to affect them in any way on the bottom line. But you know what? If the Dodgers are not in the race come July or so, you can see some guys that have been, you know, put up there as cornerstones of the franchise. You know, talking about Andre Ethier, Camp Loney, some of the young studs on that team. You might see them get moved if it means, you know, $1 million a month divorce settlement or whatever. Money is going to affect that club, and the questions about it are going to distract the clubhouse.
You think she'll get a mill, or you think she could live on 900 if she had to?
I think she could probably squeeze by on 8, actually,
okay,
Gary.
Fair enough. All right, that's, of course, the big deal down in Los Angeles. And Friday, you'll see the Giants and the Dodgers on Rich Cerusi's KNTV television, the NBC Bay Area outlet. That begins at 7 o'clock. The insights of Raj Mathai. And then I believe the next game here on Comcast will be on Sunday. So this is some early season fun, Mike, when the Giants and Dodgers get together.
Yeah, and when the Dodgers are way behind the Giants in the standings, it's a lot of fun for the Giants fans. And, you know, the next homestand is going to be great because that's when we're going to get a real measure of the Giants. When they come back to AT&T Park, they have the Cardinals, the Phillies, the Rockies. 4 of the next 5 teams they play represent the entirety of the playoff picture in the National League last season. So we're going to know a lot more about this team.
Next to Yankees, Red Sox, still the best rivalry in baseball?
Yeah, I think so. I do. I mean, there's a lot of history to it, and the fans really do get into it. I don't think the players are as into it as it used to be. I don't think the players in the Yankees-Red Sox rivalry are as heated as it used to be. But the fans, there's every bit as much electricity in the stands when those teams get together.
Finally, quickly, if I go home, lay on my bed with my laptop, can I chat with you tonight? Are you available online?
I will not be chatting tonight. I chatted twice yesterday at csnbayarea.com. I do it every Tuesday at noon. Baseball, Giants, A's, all of the major leagues.
Okay, so I cannot reach you even on a personal note.
You can text me, Gary.
Text you, okay, fair enough. All right, Mike Urban, one of the great pitchers in USF history. No, you are. You're the analyst, Mike. You got to sell it. All right. Again, Giants, terrific start, 7-2, best since 2003. And when things are feeling good, you hear Anthony Benedetti warble. That's it. Go Sharks.